What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. And today we're going to be installing the MOPAR Hardtop headliner kit plus the Hot Heads Headliners completer kit for the MOPAR factory hardtop headliner. That's a whole lot of words, but these are the factory sound and slight, temperature insulation panels that are optional from the factory and are obviously available as a MOPAR accessory. I will show you the kit here in a second, but these are just a black fabric pre-fit kit that installs into all of the recesses in the inside of the hardtop. Now they are marketed to cut down a little bit of noise, hopefully add a little bit of sound and temperature insulation in the hot summer days and the cold winter days, but they also kind of look really good, or at least I think they do. The inside of the hardtop is just white, obviously, but with these panels, it adds a whole lot of black. All of the recessed areas in the hardtop are now black, and then in the back of the vehicle they go around the rear windows and they go around the back tailgate area. It just looks really nice once everything is installed. So what we're going to do today is go out and drive the thing, record the sound decibels while driving as it is. We're going to install the hardtop headliner kit, go back out, drive the thing again, and see if we've got any measurable change in the noise. Now, it is outrageously windy here today in Kansas, so it's going to be even louder than it normally would be. But I'm going to be doing this video on the same day, so it'll hopefully be the same wind amount once I get this done versus when I started. So we'll try to make this as honest of a test as possible. So let's look at the kit. I will show you guys how, at least I install one of the panels. I'm not going to bore you with installing all of them, but then I will get them installed and we'll go out and drive. Okay guys, so we've got our very technical decibel meter app here on the phone. What I'm going to do, I've got the radio off, I've got the fan or blower motor turned off. So all those are at a 0, and I'm going to drive down the highway just a mile or so and drive back, and we will see kind of what the average is. Now, it is extremely windy here today in Kansas, like offensively windy. Yesterday it was even worse. But so our numbers, I'm assuming, will be higher than they normally would be if it wasn't so hurricane windy out here. But regardless, we're going to be doing this install on the same day, and it should still be windy when we get done putting all of our parts and pieces in. So like I said, I'm going to drive down the road, drive back down the road, and we'll see kind of what our average is, and then hopefully we'll have a slight difference when we have installed our parts. So guys, here is the whole kit. Now, all of these panels are the MOPAR kit, and those 3 small panels are the Hot Heads Headliner kit. For whatever reason, the MOPAR kit does not include these 3 small panels that go above the roll bar in the rear. I have no clue why they wouldn't. They have all of these other panels, but don't include those. So for like $100, you can order from Hot Heads Headliners their completer kit, which is meant to be added to the MOPAR headliner kit, so you have everything done. So if you have a factory installed MOPAR headliner, you can buy that and finish the thing off. And talking about materials, it's going to be hard for you guys to see on camera, but it is really darn close on the materials between MOPAR and the Hot Heads headliner. So those panels go on the rear. We've got those 2 huge panels that go in the second row seating area and then in the rear cargo area. And then we've got these panels which go on the front freedom panels, and then these 2 panels go around the rear quarter windows. Like I said, panels that go around those rear windows. We've got one huge panel that goes up there, panels there, and then panels that surround the back glass. Moving forward, we've got the panels that go in the second row seating area, and then all the way up front, we have two panels that go in the Freedom panel area. But like I said, the weird thing about the MOPAR kit is these three panels right here do not get headliners, and that's where that Hotheads kit comes into place, and you can add those three panels to finish off your sound insulation. Now guys, one quick note here on the 24 Wranglers. This sound bar, roll bar trim area has been redesigned for 2024, and it is an absolute pain in the rear to get those panels slid up into place. On 18 through 23, it is considerably nicer of an install versus these 24s that again have a redesigned panel, and this thing must move back decently farther, and you've got to deal with the side curtain airbags that are up here on the roll bars that are encroaching in on that center area here. So it takes a lot more fiddling to get that panel wadded up into place. Okay guys, so I thought I would at least show you on one of the multiple panels my method of installation. Now no, I normally do not pull anything apart. I do everything in vehicle on these, but for filming purposes, I thought I would pull one of the Freedom panels so you can see what the heck I'm doing. What I like to start with is just some isopropyl alcohol, just to make sure we've got any dirt, debris, oil, residue, whatever clean, so our 3M tape has the best possible chance of actually sticking to our panel. So just wipe down anything and everything on your panel where the headliner is actually going to sit. Now the goofy thing about MOPAR is, yes, you of course need to pull the stickers or covering off the back where the Velcro is, but they've also got another piece of plastic in between the two pieces of Velcro. So it's a multi-step process to install each and every one. So we've got the backing off, so we've got our sticky side now up. We're going to locate our panel. Get it set into place, put some pressure on it. Now we're going to remove our panel because like I said, they've got that plastic tape in between the Velcro pieces. So that gives you a chance to get those off. But then be able to go and actually press down really nice and firmly on all of your Velcro pieces. So now that we've got the plastic off, we've got our Velcro pressed down, we're able to just one last time here get our hardtop headliner installed, and boom, we're done with that panel. Now guys, like I said, I normally do not pull any panels off. I do all of this in car, wipe everything down with isopropyl alcohol, test fit the panel, pull the Velcro strip off the back, stick it on, pull the panel back off so you can get the yellow temporary tape off of the Velcro. Put some pressure on the Velcro, and then do a final installation of that hardtop headliner panel. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to get all of this on. I'm not gonna have an hour-long video showing me putting every single panel on. You guys get the gist. And MOPAR actually comes with some decent instructions that step-by-step you through the process. Some of the panels in the back need to be put on before the other panels because they lip over the other pieces. So again, just go through the instructions, take a quick look through them before you start throwing these in, because you might have to pull a panel to put another one on that had to be underneath it, if that makes sense. Quick note on the Hotheads headliner panels. These actually look like they do have a little more insulation here on the back, but What I'm kind of disappointed about, I have personally never used Hot Head's headliner kit before, but I am kind of disappointed about the lack of 3M tape. I mean, we've got one strip here. Why not have another strip next to it? Or this big, huge, relatively heavy panel, why not have two strips? So I'm a little disappointed for $100 they couldn't include a little more 3M tape. And I'm able to say that because I spent my own money on this. This isn't sponsored. They didn't send one out for me. I spent my own money and ordered it like everyone else. And I'm a little disappointed in the amount of 3M tape on these. 3M's awesome, so maybe it'll stick and hold great, but I can envision these ending up laying in the back floor or cargo area and me needing to add some more to it. But we will see. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll install them correctly and see how they work out. So I'm gonna get all of these pieces put on, and then we will get back out on the road and see what happens. All right, so I got all of it finally installed, and that every single time I've done it is an absolute pain in the butt. I've done a whole bunch, obviously, at the shop on customer vehicles, but man, it's just not fun to do at all. And especially on these 2024s, like we talked about, that center panel above the second row seat, oh my gosh, it is horrible. It would honestly be 1,000 times easier if you had the hardtop off, like flipped upside down, laying on the ground, but by myself, I am not getting the hardtop off. So I struggled and did it on vehicle like I always have. The importance of wiping the panel down with the isopropyl alcohol. There is just so much little fiberglass white dust covering the hardtop. So if you don't wipe it down, the Velcro is going to stick to the dust and not hold very well. So you absolutely need to wipe it down, but you're going to be covered in fiberglass dust from the hardtop. But here is our final product. You can see our front panels, the second row panel, the rear cargo panel. We've got our Hot Heads headliner panels up there, the surrounds around the window. We've got the little panels there, and then a panel that goes around the top of the rear window. So we'll get this thing out on the road and see if it is any bit quieter, measuring it obviously with my phone, but we'll see if it seems any different making the same path that I did before. I think it was like 89 decibels max and like 82 decibels average, something like that on my drive. I'll throw the before screenshot here of the app. We'll go out and drive and see if it makes any difference. All right, guys, so we are going to go back out and do our same little path that we did before. It still seems ridiculously windy out here, so it should be very similar wind conditions out. So before we had a 89.3 decibel max and an average of 82 decibels. So we'll see where this goes, if it does anything better. I don't really know what we're gonna find out, so it will be interesting. I'm going to start the recording at the same place that I started it last time, and then stop it obviously at the same also. Well guys, per the decibel meter, there's not really much change. Like, pretty much identical before and after readings, and that's honestly what I found on Mom's JK when I installed the MOPAR Hardtop headliner. Now, maybe if I would have had the Hot Heads headliner, it'd have more sound deadening and it would be slightly different, but I kind of am doubtful. Now, driving the thing down the road, obviously you guys couldn't tell, but it sounded slightly more muted, or a different tone or something, a little less loud, if you will. But looking at the decibel meter, as you guys can see, there was no measurable change before and after. Drove down the same road the same way, and yeah, it's pretty darn identical on the decibel meter. But like I said, seat of the pants, it sounds slightly more muted, or at least a different tone. So a lot of money to spend on something that doesn't really do a whole lot for sound deadening. but it does look good. I think it makes the inside of the vehicle look more complete having all of those panels filled in. It breaks up the huge white hardtop interior and has a lot more black parts and pieces to it. So would I recommend it? Yes and no. If you're trying to reduce the interior noise of your vehicle, it's probably not going to be that big or that good of a change for you. But if you're wanting to make your vehicle look a little more premium or finished or whatever inside, I do think it is a good touch for that. Now, heat or cold insulation, again, that should be slightly doing something kind of maybe, but I don't really have any way to test that. So all I can say is that it looks pretty decent inside, and it kind of changed the tone, even if it didn't change the volume going down the road. So I'm happy with it. I like how they look. So it's in the darn Jeep. So thank you guys for coming out into the garage with me and installing another part on the new 24 JL. And guys, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.